Ukrainians are fighting, they're learning, they're refining, and they're going after those platforms that can fire caliber missiles like the Grigorovich frigates that are in Sevastopol. No, the Ukrainians are going to fight and they get better every day. Definitely disrupting Ukrainian infrastructure, whether electric, gas, water, but they're going to fight. And yes, maybe it is creating some disruption, also in communications, but I don't believe it is. It will be. It'll be difficult for the population, but they're going to weather this. The Ukrainian military is in that, especially those elements close in the fight, aren't as heavily affected. Now they've got other factors that are hitting them hard, but no, it's dangerous, it's bad, it's corrosive. But the wherewithal the Russians to continue this with expensive precision weapons. I think we've all been watching. How long can it continue? And the Ukrainians get better and better militarily in both detecting and shooting down these, whether cruise missiles or drone strikes from Iranian-provided aircraft.
Yeah, better and better militarily. As far as the people of Ukraine are concerned, I know it's easy enough for me to say this from a safe, sound studio in London, but the spirit of the Ukrainian people just seems to be just remarkable, just seems to be unbreakable. Now, meanwhile, Peter, we've seen attacks from Ukraine on the Russian Navy in the Black Sea. They look to have been again successful in striking those targets. What is the capacity of the Ukraine military now to threaten and destroy that Russian Black Sea fleet?
Well, we're seeing their capability. I mean, the Ukrainians, the determination, will to fight, a lot of they have absolutely, they are continuing every day to refine and finesse the systems they have. They're getting more systems. The Black Sea is a critical front. The whole South, Russians ideally end up with an end state of those annexed territories in the South covering most of the Black Sea. Ukrainians are not going to let them do it. And we watched just recently the Russians using the Black Sea and Sevastopol as a platform for the Caliber and other sea-launched cruise missiles, and then other aviation assets. Well, the Ukrainians now, just as we've all seen in the last 48 hours, with almost seaborne cruise missiles that have hit elements of the Russian Black Sea fleet. And so they are making an effect. It was in the Black Sea where the Moskva, the flagship, was sunk by the Ukrainians in April. Oh no, the Ukrainians are fighting. They're learning. They're refining. And they're going after those platforms that can fire caliber missiles like the Grigorovich frigates that are in Sevastopol. No, the Ukrainians are going to fight and they get better every day.
Yeah, and taking a toll of those Russian Navy ships with comparatively unsophisticated weapons. It's extraordinary. And meanwhile, Russia has rescinded its agreement to allow food transports through the Black Sea. What then does that mean? How should the West respond to that? Because that food, that grain, is so desperately needed in parts of the world.
This is all, we must, I think, for context, pull back and understand that this all happened because of the Russian invasion on the 24th of February, and then continued just vicious and aggressive aggression. So that's that piece. Yes, the Russians have rescinded it. They'll blame the Ukrainians because of their absolutely justified strikes into the Black Sea and the Sevastopol area, where there are Russian fleet elements that have been conducting missile and other operations. Probably some of them have been using have been probably navigating near the, and I'm speculating, near the transit points for, good God, almost the millions of tons of grain that have come out. This was agreed on, this UN brokered agreement was agreed on in July. It was going to be revisited in November after 4 months. And if the Russians decide to rescind it, then the world This is the Russians. Don't blame it on the Ukrainians. Ukrainians are fighting for their land. They're striking into their land, though the Russians claim it's theirs.
Yeah.
And the rescinding it is the Russians rescinding it,
Yeah.
and it's on them.
Yeah.